What's up, y'all? This is JD back with another video. We're still talking about, building how I built a six-figure business, and I'm just trying to give you a little bit of game, so that you don't have to do all the things that I did to be able to get here. So, um, what I want to talk about today is just make sure you build your business um, in the way that you want, in the way that you're going to be comfortable with. And when I say that, I mean that if you're going to just do it part time and maybe have a vendor or two that you're working with, make a little bit of money, a little bit of extra money for your family, that's cool. If you're going to take it a little bit more seriously, maybe you're going to be, after you get off work, you can get off work and you can do a couple every day and you can, build it from there. And if you're going to like take it and be like, this is what my business is going to be, I'm going to be a 1099 employee, or I'm going to build an inspection business that's going to, sustain my family and me, then that's cool too. So I just want you to, look at, as far as what kind of business you want to set your organization up as, whether that's an LLC or, sole proprietor or whatever. Also looking into, making sure that you have a business account and all those things. But, the main thing that within this realm that I mainly want to talk about definitely is going to be, you know, making sure that you are going to be preparing yourself to take the capacity to be successful in your business. And when I say that, I mean that it's fine that everybody, you get a whole bunch of accounts, or you're able to be an inspector for a lot of different companies, but especially just starting out. But what I want you to understand is that you have to be able to do the work. That's how you're going to be able to stay in it. Me, I started way back in like 2003. I got my insurance adjuster's license in the state of Florida, and I started a company, called, some may know it, insurance, an independent adjusting company. I'm sorry, called Pilot Catastrophe. Okay, they're based out of Mobile, Alabama. Great company to work with, great company to learn with. I would not, for me, they were, and I've been around the block a couple of times and seen a lot of other companies. To me, if you want to like get your feet in there, get your feet wet and really learn, like Pilot is probably the best that I've seen. I know people do State Farm. I've done Allstate. I've done American Family. I've done Citizens. I've done, a lot of different insurance carriers, doing independent or IE work. But from there, I learned, you know, structure and all the things about, houses, about residential property. Then I became, after, because when you're an independent adjuster, you don't work all year. Most of them don't work all year. You work in deployments, and that's basically 3, 4, 5, 6 months, maybe sometimes, if you're lucky. And then I went and was a project manager for a construction company. So of course, I learned about commercial buildings, and that's where I kind of got my experience from. Now, where I made it good was that I was able to take the residential experience and the commercial experience, and I was able to put that into doing field inspections. Now, mind you, there's a bunch of different type of field inspections that you can do, and I even did field independent adjustings as IA. But there's a lot of different field inspections that you can do. So I just want you to be cognizant of that too, that not every company that say they do, that they, you know, people think you're doing field inspections for. Sometimes it's field inspections is going out and taking pictures. Sometimes it's doing a full report. Sometimes it's like there was one company, you know, all you did was hand out letters, pretty much, like put letters on people's door or try to make contact. And you know, there's different ones. It's like you just got to find out what your thing is gonna be. Try to be good at that. And like I said, you know, setting up your business, making sure you're gonna be ready for you know, prepared for the capacity that you'll be able to take on, and then building from there. And I really think that once you build a skill set and you get comfortable with whatever it is that you really want to do, you'll be able to be successful being a field inspector. And then you'll also be able to grow your business, because like me, I do field inspections, and I've done very well with field inspections, but then I also do other things, because we start a company, and we make money doing other type of inspections as well as field inspections too. So, you know, you can stretch your arms out some and be able to get, you know, bigger, more as far as fee wise, bigger fees that you can, you know, apply for. So that you know, because you did different kind of inspections, you're gonna make different money. And especially when you're doing them, you know, because you're qualified, then it just makes it, you know, that much easier. So other than that, the next video, you know, we'll talk a little bit more about things. I'll get things a little bit more in order for you. And we will see you on the next video. Please like, share, and subscribe. I will continue to give you some detailed points, and we'll even walk a couple inspections. I'll be out on site for some inspections on the channel, so you can kind of see what things are, and then we'll go from there. So, you know, hopefully you take the journey with me. Just trying to give everybody some game so you don't have to stumble and you don't have to be discouraged doing the field inspections. And if you want to do inspections, period, you know, as a business, I can really show you how to, or I can give you the tips on how to really scale it, be able to feed your family, and make a pretty good living doing it. And then we'll enjoy the fruits of our labor at the end of the year when we talk. So if you can leave comments in the chat, and like I said, like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Enjoy.